All right, let's dive into something huge. We're going to tackle a question that's so fundamental it sits underneath everything you see, everything you feel, everything you touch. It's a question that people have been wrestling with for thousands of years, and it really all just starts with this.
Seriously, just for a second, look around. The room you're in, the screen you're looking at, your own hands. Is any of it actually fundamentally real?
Well, according to a very ancient and honestly a pretty profound way of thinking, the answer is a big yes. But, and this is the big but, it's not real in the way you probably think it is. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, let's start with what we know, right? Our everyday experience. The world feels solid, it feels stable. You drop your keys, they're gonna hit the floor. Every time. It's consistent, it's predictable, and right there, that's where we run into a really deep paradox. See, here's the conflict. Think about your own mind. It's private, right? It can be chaotic, a total whirlwind of thoughts, emotions, and daydreams. It's completely malleable. But then you look at the world out there. It's the total opposite. It's shared, it's ordered, and it's incredibly consistent for all of us. So how in the world can those two things even exist together? And this, of course, leads to the big obvious objection. I know what you're thinking. If reality is all in the mind, then why can't I just think up $1 million and have it appear on my desk? Why can't we bend spoons just by looking at them? It seems to fly in the face of everything we experience, doesn't it? Well, the answer to that very modern-sounding question actually comes from a very, very old idea. And it's an idea that offers a solution that's, well, it's stunningly elegant. We've got to explore this Hermetic principle called mentalism. So first things first, let's be clear. When we say mentalism, we are not talking about a stage magician or some kind of mind-reading trick. No. In this philosophical context, mentalism is the ancient teaching that absolutely everything, from the biggest star in the farthest galaxy all the way down to the atoms in your own body, exists as an idea inside a single universal mind. This one sentence is pretty much the entire foundation. The all, meaning the totality of everything that is, was, or ever will be, is mind. And that means the universe itself is, at its core, a mental creation. Now, I know this can sound a little abstract, but stick with me, because all of us experience a small-scale version of this every single night. Just think about dreaming. You fall asleep and boom, an entire world just appears. There are people, places, rules, and while you're in it, it feels 100% real. You don't question it, but the whole thing is happening inside your mind. So if we take that dream analogy and just scale it way, way up, we can start to see how that paradox we started with gets solved. You know, that whole question of why this mental universe feels so incredibly real and solid. Let's go back to that first big problem. If this reality is just a thought, why is it so darn stable? Why does the sun rise every single morning no matter what I'm thinking or feeling that day? And here is the absolute key. This reality isn't a product of our individual minds, which are fleeting and chaotic. No, it's a creation of a vast, stable, and consistent universal mind. You can think of us as little ripples on a giant ocean. The ocean itself provides the stability and the rules, not the tiny, temporary ripples. Okay, that makes sense. But that brings us to the next piece of the puzzle, right? If it's a creation of this stable mind, why do we all experience the same one? Why do you and I both agree that a tree is a tree? The answer is just as beautiful. It's because we aren't separate observers looking at the universe from the outside. We are all individual points of awareness within this one universal consciousness. It's like in your dream, every single character is still a part of your mind. In the same way, we are all participants inside this one huge, shared mental creation. So, what's the takeaway here? What does this all mean for us? Well, just entertaining this idea, even as a thought experiment, gives us a completely new lens to see the world and our place in it. This whole concept really flips our modern view of the world on its head. It suggests that consciousness isn't some random accident that just popped out of matter. Instead, it suggests that consciousness is the foundation of matter. And if that's true, it means our feeling of being separate from each other and the universe might just be an illusion, that we are all fundamentally connected, woven from the very same mental fabric. Which, of course, leaves us with one final and maybe the biggest question of all to ponder. It's the question this ancient philosophy really wants us to explore for ourselves. If this entire, incredible, complex reality is a thought, then whose thought isn't?